etc. Inside Japan's worst tiny apartment. I don't know what to expect from this video.
This is Japan's
I just saw it. I was like, Japan, it's a place I've always wanted to go. They're inside their tiniest apartment. Then they show this building, and I'm like, I didn't even see this nigga right here. Oh my goodness. I was just looking at the building. I didn't even see dude right here. I was just like, how do you live in this space? So
craziest
let's
apartment,
see what it is.
hands down. Usually like to jump. This is Japan's craziest apartment, hands down. I usually like to jump right inside, but you have to see this building from the outside to truly appreciate it at scale.
It's a skinny ass building, bro.
That is the entire building. That's the whole thing. It is 5 floors of triangular good.
This is a skinny ass building. And they literally put apartments in here. How?
It's essentially like living in a Toblerone bar. And just for
living
a
in
little
a
bit of
Toblerone bar is
perspective,
crazy.
here's the width of the building's edge contrasted against with.
Bro, there's no way. My nigga just lined up his back up against the building. His shoulders is low-key wider than the building.
Against me. It is quite a sight to see. Let's head inside and take a peek.
That's bro. I'm curious. I want to see. I don't want to rush, but I want to see.
Just a triangle from
what
the
fuck
outside,
does it look like?
and it has a handful of small problems.
It gets a little
the shape that make it a massive challenge.
There adds some width to it.
The area is beautiful. By
the more
way.
you walk down the hallway.
5-point crossing in the Nerima area of Tokyo, but our first major challenge today is going to be this stairwell. Aside from the lack of
oh fuck no! Why the fuck would you even want to live here, bro? I got to do all of this just to get upstairs, and I don't know if these are washers or dryers downstairs. Like, hold on, man.
Challenge today is going to be this stairwell. Aside from the lack of vertical clearance and proper width to be able to get through here,
how do you get groceries up this motherfucker? You talking about the proper width? You gotta walk like up and down the motherfucking stairs with bags in your hand. How you gonna do that?
Stairs themselves are actually incredibly narrow and shallow.
No shit.
Hold on to this center pole basically the entire time I'm going up just for safety. And amazingly, every single unit here is occupied except for the one that we're checking out today.
Why? Every single unit in this building is occupied except for the one we're checking out today. But why? And what kind of people live here? This seems like torture.
I've been waiting a year for this, and a real estate friend of mine who runs a YouTube channel of his own, I'll link it, hooked me up with the keys today. So
rent better be $10 a month, $10, 10 cents. All right, at least you can stand upright once you get inside of your building.
Wow. Okay, so there's just about enough space to take.
Oh my god, bro. Take your shoes off immediately. Seems like you're looking at the floorboard. It's about to open up a little bit.
Opens into a kitchen area, and I have questions.
You have to squeeze through here. Like, bro, who the fuck would want to live here? Like, you got to be down on your luck. This got to be the hardest of times in your life. You literally are at rock bottom, or you were at rock bottom, and you're climbing your way up out of rock bottom, and you're like, as you're climbing up, I need to stay somewhere. Let's stay in this $30 a month living space that I can barely fit in. I got to squeeze through shit just to walk down the hall. Going home drunk would be a nightmare. I wouldn't even be drinking. I literally would just be spending $30 and probably sleep outside. Because where am I going to stay?
The shower area here. Mostly on account of this door height.
That's the shit.
So the door doesn't open.
I close the door. Okay. Close the door, and I basically take up the entire space.
That's actually not a bad shower space. It's pretty much got everything that you need. It's got a shower right here, and it's got a bath that I'm really wondering if I would even fit in. Okay, so curiosity's getting the better of me, and I have to know if I would fit in the bath, and that is actually not a bad bath. I could do that. Do you think you could? The hermit I stayed with in the mountains.
Imagine you just pass away in that bath. Nobody's gonna find you for a long ass time. There's no way there is furniture. The furniture had to be, as they built the building, they just built the furniture out of the walls, bro.
Jins had a smaller bath than this. Then he had an entire house to himself, and as an added bonus, you've got a window.
I hate
No
it.
matter how small your place is, a bath
I
with a
hate
window is
it.
always nice. And
I hate it, and I'm claustrophobic. And I'm not even claustrophobic in real life, but I hate it.
there's a little. Can you call this a kitchen space? Barely enough space to stand here, but you have a
You got
tiny
the
sink,
and
no
you got
counter,
one little
a
stove.
single induction heater. This little fridge here, if you're lucky, might just be big enough to fit a single iPhone. It fits.
What did I say? Like, you got to be climbing up from rock bottom to stay here. I don't even know how they fit this itty bitty ass fridge in there.
We'll talk about this magical little device in a second, but the room itself does not look like this. It doesn't look like this either, or this, or even this. And punching the lens in only.
As far as like this little part right here, this little part ain't too bad. Like, obviously, you still can't really do shit, but you one person, you staying in this tiny ass little bitty space, like right there, that part isn't too bad. But you got to sleep on like a cot.
It makes it smaller and worse. The only way to really understand this place is to look at it from above. My hands can touch both sides. I have seen pictures of this place, but nothing compares to seeing this in person and just how tiny this room is. For perspective, if I were to be in here wearing my backpack, or if there were a sofa, there would barely be enough space to fit one, maybe two more people. What are the measurements? Now, the floor plan for this says that you're getting over 11 square meters. But
Like, this angle right here, actually, like, it makes the room look bigger. But that shit is obviously tiny as hell. Bro just stretched out both of his arms, touched both sides of the building.
Wondering how much space do you really have? Front to back, side to side, the widest space that you're getting in any direction is just over 2.5 meters. But it makes me wonder where I would put anything.
So he got 8 feet.
You put anything. Since we're in Japan, for example, instead of a bed, you'd most likely be using a futon, and then you would store it in this closet here. But do you really even need the closet? Or do you feel it's just taking up valuable space in the apartment? It does have a hanging rack so you could hang clothes on it and whatnot, but it is rather large, and this place also has a lot of the other
that part a little
amenities
convenient
that you would need. On this side of the room, you have a hookup for TV reception, but if you want to plug it in, the plug for some reason is on the other side of the room, and the room gives you a total of 2 whole plugs, so you could plug 2 things in if you want to.
Damn.
And there's a hookup for telephone and internet.
What would you plug in? You got 2 plugs in your outlet. What would you plug in? TV, cell phone charger? I mean, obviously, if you're living in this space, you can't afford Wi-Fi. You can't even really, your fridge is this big, you can't even buy groceries for real. You got to go out to eat every day.
Here that should never be touched, so we're gonna put that back, and we'll pretend that that's fine. And as pretty as it looks, none of the brick here is real. These are sponge bricks from the dollar store, and if you look real carefully, this is actually brick wallpaper.
Yeah, it is.
But you
Indeed,
also
fucking
do have
brick
an
wallpaper.
in-window air conditioner. This style of air conditioner is fairly rare in Japan. They're usually mounted up top, and this here is a hookup for fiber optics. So you've got all the internet you would need.
So you get internet. My bad.
Mind you, in Japan, Wi-Fi modules are everywhere. The biggest problem with this place so far is just the noise. It's actually taken me a really long time to shoot this because this is...
The biggest problem is the noise? Is this ain't where he stay. It can't be. The noise, bro, did you don't remember
one of the main
first 5
streets
minutes of this
this
video, what you
area,
just walked
and it
us
is
through?
just filled with bikes and trucks and garbage trucks and stuff going through it all hours. This is probably so far the single noisiest apartment that I've had the opportunity to experience in Japan. Mind you, some people just aren't that bothered by the noise, especially considering the fact that the rent here is unbelievably cheap at only about 40,000 yen per month. I also love...
I don't know what that is. Don't know what that is. 40,000 yen to US dollars. $250? Nah, bro. I'm not paying $250. I'm not paying $250 to stay there, bro. I'm not paying nowhere over $50 to stay in that fucking place.
How both of the windows and balconies have these I can't fit through this window.
He said best I do for that is 20 a month. I gave it 30, so we in the same
Have
ballpark.
these little cover thing. I don't know what it's for. It's not actually covered by anything, but it's wonderful. And since we're on the outside edge of Tokyo, a lot of the buildings out here are much lower and the view is quite nice. At least it is today. And these here look like you'd be able to hang poles on them for your laundry. But I'm very stuck, but you may have also noticed that there's no toilet inside the apartment.
$250 to get stuck, just if I wanted to stick my head out the window.
Actually warned, by the way, not to approach any of the residents of this building. We'll cover that in a second. And I also wanted to show you this, which is apparently a portable washing machine, which can wash up to 1 t-shirt or 3 pairs of socks, maybe 4 if you're lucky. Didn't even know stuff like that existed, learning every day. The toilet.
So I mean, all in all, there's some convenience to it. You get that fucking fridge. I don't even know why I'm gonna consider it as a convenience. But there's a little bit of convenience to it. That fridge, there's somewhere you can wash your shit. I don't know how that works, but he just broke it down, but I still don't know how that works.
It's actually out here. We've actually got to go to the front door. Put your shoes back on.
It's just so tight, bro. You literally can't have a lot of shit.
Is gonna be right here. Now, luckily, each floor or unit does have their own toilet space. It is not a shared toilet situation, but here's what it looks like. Now, the door itself doesn't even open all the way, and this is your toilet space.
Nah, bro. Like I need like wide space when I'm taking shit.
The entire thing. You have a little
I need
sink
wide
on
space when I'm
top,
taking
but
this shit.
standing up inside may be a challenge for some people. And let's watch the claustrophobics freak out when we close the door. That is the entire toilet space. And with limited ventilation, it does get very hot in here. It's not the kind of place that you would want to be in the depths of summer.
So I can't. I wouldn't be able to sit on the toilet and just scroll my phone. I wouldn't do that like the rest of America. I wouldn't be able to do that. It's too hot. I need to get the fuck out of here.
But as for those warnings that I got, now I've only ever gotten a warning like this.
Bro, it's sweaty.
Before, it was when I shot a video about a $100 apartment here in Tokyo, and I was recommended just not to approach the residents because they may not be friendly, welcoming, or even want to talk. And here, I wasn't really given a reason. They were like, it's probably a good idea if you just don't approach the residents. Mind you, this building itself is actually fairly well known. The sign is kind of blocked right now, but it's called the Sankaku Biru, or Triangle. It's literally called the...
So in essence, I wasn't completely off. He said they told him just don't even worry about talking to the residents. So essentially, bro, in my mind, because I got this creative ass imagination, I think everybody that live in this building, they just got out of jail. They probably got a murder charge, or they might be serial killers, serial rape. I don't know. You never fucking know. They've been to the bottom of the bottom. And they made it to a point where they're making $250 where they can live there. Yeah.
Triangle building. So my assumption was that they've just gotten too much media attention because it is a fairly well-known building. But when I asked, they were like, no, that's not why. You just probably shouldn't do it. I'm so curious. What do you think it could be? Why should I not approach the residents? Are they actually just...
Or that. See, hey, even more creative. My boy said that. Or they're in the Yakuza pretending to be poor.
Made my way up to the 5th floor, and the door here is off of its hinges. And it seems like the apartment inside has
This must be... Wait. This has to be the fitness center. This has to be the fitness center. All the amenities. I need to see all the amenities. Give me all the amenities. Oh, nah, somebody broke in or just trashed it.
That is wild, and it's a little bit unfortunate because this seems to be the only unit that actually has a balcony as well. That is trashed. That's too
Well,
bad.
of course, yeah.
But would you live here? Would you live in this tiny triangle apartment, weirdly shaped? People always ask me if I would, and my first apartment in Japan was way smaller than all of this. I also did not have a kitchen. I spent most of my time out of the house anyway, and I didn't really own anything since it was my first year in Japan, so yes, I would 100% live here. But what about you?
I was leaving and looked back.
Absolutely the fuck not, bro. Because if I'm paying $250 there, I know I can afford something that whatever 1,000 is probably what I need. I don't know how much 1,000 US dollars is in yen. I could probably get me something that I don't even know what the square footage on that shit was. It's probably 80. I could probably get me something that's I don't even know. 1,000 square feet. Family with my family, I would probably need something that's 2,000 US dollars. But I feel like it's significantly cheaper, bro. But for that 250, I'm not living there. There's no way.
And if you take a look at the plot of land that it's on, they've taken this really narrow plot of land and just squeezed a ton of real estate right into this tiny little space. Like, they even have their own parking space. Japan, you always impress me with how you utilize your land.
If you living at this fucking place, you shouldn't even own a car. A car shouldn't even be on your mind.
That's amazing.
Okay, going down these stairs feels 10 times more dangerous than going up this.
Bro just came out of the building, did he not?
It's me with how you utilize your land.
Bro just walked out of the building. He low-key looked like an
amazing.
upstanding citizen.
Okay, going down
I might have been wrong. He kind of looked like an upstanding citizen. Bro just walked out of the
these
building.
stairs feels 10 times more dangerous than going up this. This does not feel safe.
The peak. Oh, I nailed my head going in. Oh, did the same thing like 6 times on the stairs. Oh my god, it got really hot in here while I was shooting that and I wasn't expecting it, and I'm just, whew,
Bro,
need the air conditioner now.
bro, I would never, ever in my life, Okay, bet. Let me see what else. Yeah.